The first thing I like to think about when working on Mahler 1 is the phrasing. What is the gesture that's being made? The music goes up and down, and if you've listened to some of my lessons and courses, you've heard me talk about, particularly in the Baroque era, when the music goes up, there's kind of a tendency for the volume of the music to go up, and when the music goes down, the volume can go down as well. Following the contour of the line in this way, particularly for this excerpt, is a really good idea. So much so that I reverse the bowing. So what that looks like is, instead of starting down bow, as many people do, I actually start up bow. Why? Because when I do an up bow, I naturally bring the phrasing at its highest point where there's generally more power traditionally in the stick, which is towards the frog. So I can more naturally show that gesture without ever having to go over the top. So again, one could easily start this. There have been many wonderful, fantastic performances of Mahler's First Symphony, double bass solo, starting on a down bow. Again, I choose an up bow because for me it naturally matches the phrasing. And this is what that looks like. So you can literally see, and I'll exaggerate it this time, the way the phrasing I feel should go, if it's not clear the way I'm doing it now. Now I would never play it that extreme because I just think that's a little too extreme for the piece. As I've mentioned in previous lessons, is that I phrased like the Appalachians in the United States versus the Rockies, which means the Appalachians are smooth, older mountains, and the Rockies are very rugged. So the phrasing should go like this, like a wave on the ocean. You don't want to be a wave on the ocean maybe during a hurricane or a typhoon. That we want to avoid. So again, being very, very natural with that phrasing. The next thing I can address is the comma. I spoke about this a little in the introduction, but for me, the comma is not this hiccup, because I think it sounds a little artificial. So for me, it's just a natural breath. Da, da, dee, da, dee, dee. So it's a start. And it actually really works well in this round as the bassoon comes in, as the tuba comes in. It actually helps demarcate that, all the entrances and the beautiful counterpoint that is created when the round is being played by multiple voices. I'll show you that gap between bars at this point. Now, what you might even notice is I actually do take a natural breath. This actually comes up a lot on my Instagram account. I get a lot of people asking me, I hear breathing while you're playing. For me, breathing, particularly in an excerpt like this, it makes the playing very natural. I am not, by any measure of any success, particularly, a singer. However, my instrument is my voice. And the way a singer sings and the way a singer phrases is very natural because they're actually using their body to do it and they're using their vocal cords, and it's very natural, as if we're having a conversation. The way we can best emulate that as instrumentalists is actually embodying that singing. There are many conservatories that actually require or highly recommend that the instrumentalists take vocal lessons so they can get a sense of what this feels like. So if you actually even hear me breathing now while I'm playing, and particularly where the breath mark is, it's me literally taking the breath as if I were singing. You should actually give that a try when you're playing particularly lyrical music, because I think it will give you a better sense of line and a better sense of how to start and stop phrases.